Warning, this is how I personally complete each project. I do have some mechanical and electrical knowledge. Use this video at your own risk. I am not and will not be responsible for any damage that may occur while you attempt to repeat as I do. Always follow all manufacturer warnings and instructions. Consult a professional if you are unsure.
DADDYGVILLE'S WORLD.
I'm Daddy G-Ville and I'm here today. I'm going to show you how to change a tire with 5 lug nuts with this 4-way. I can't rap. Anyway, what we're really here today is I've noticed a lot of people do not know how to change a spare tire. You know, you're broke down on the side of the highway, and I've asked quite a few people, what would you do if you broke down on the side of the highway? They're like, call a tow truck. Why waste money when you can just do it yourself? You know, all it is, depending on what kind of car you got, 4 lug, 5 lug, 6 lug, whatever, 8, you know, it's many different things. But right here, you would just pop this off right here. It's 5 lugs. Now, jacking it up. But here, I'll show you guys where your tire should be located and how to lift it up with your actual jack that comes in the car. Now, most cars in their trunks, it's usually underneath the little mat right here. We'll see, mine is not underneath the mat. Mine is actually under the car. And see, what you do on this is this, you unscrew this piece, your tire will drop down, and you just pull it right off. Usually, if your jack is in your trunk, it is hidden underneath of your tire. Now ours is hidden right here in this little panel. Take the little panel off. You got your scissor jack, and you got its handle. And I'm going to show you how to use this on your car. Alright, we got our jack out. Now what this is a scissor jack. Okay, there's many different types of jacks. You got bottle jacks, I'm not a fan of, nor am I a fan of the scissor jacks, because I personally think they're unsafe. But broke down on the side of the highway, it's all you've got. It's what you got to work with. So here's how to put your scissor jack on your car. See this lip right here? This is what you put within here. You put it on here and you jack it up. It'll extend it out till most of the height before you actually stick it in, because it'll be a pain if not. Okay, now press it down just a tad, get back into there, and start lifting it. But first, before we actually lift the tire off of the ground, we'll want to take, before we actually lift the tire off the ground, we'll want to take and loosen up all 5 lugs to where they're, you know, so we can pull it off. I'm going to lift it up here some, take some pressure off the tire. Okay. Alright, now with my 4-way, I'll find it. See, some of them's loose. Right there. Here's the one I want, and it's a 19. So now I'm going to loosen them up. Alright, now that all my lugs are loose, I can lift the van the rest of the way up to take the tire off. Alright, now my tire is off the ground. Alright, now the tire is off the ground. We still got the 5 lug nuts that's on here. I'll take the lug, the 4-way, and remove them. Get back to the 19. And alright, now, before you actually take your lug nuts off, get your center cap, and when you take your lug nuts off, take them and put them in your center cap. Put all 5 of them, 4 of them, 8 of them, 12 of them, whatever that you have in your center cap. Because if you don't, and you just take them and you lay them down on the ground, and while you're moving about, well, when you go put your tire back on, you're like searching around like, where are they at? Where are they at? So if you always put them in your center cap, you'll always know where they're at. Put it over to the side. That way you're not kicking it around. Take the tire off. And voila, the first process is done. Now before I put this tire back on, I will have a lot of videos because I do a lot of work for this. I got to change some wheel bearings in it. I got to put a water pump in it, upper and lower coolant hoses, the hose for the overflow box to the radiator. Quite a few things that I have to do. This is the reason we haven't went and done really far away bogs. So I'll have time to time when I get paid from my actual job or she gets paid, I'll make a video, a how-to video on that part that I'm replacing. Say this is my spare that I'm putting on. Say I took this tire off. Now say I'm putting a spare back on. This is how you would put your tire back on. Line it up. There she's on. Now get the tray. Remember I told you, put them in your center cap. That way you'll always have them and they're not scattered around. You ain't looking for them. Go ahead and put the wheel on. Go ahead and start them. The thing is, with these, you do not want to, excuse me, you do not want to put them on in a circular pattern or tighten them up in a circular pattern. You want to zigzag to each different one. You know, if you have 4, then you want to go here. You want to go bottom to top, back down to the bottom, over the top. Do like a, you know, like almost like an X. 5 lug, same thing. You know, and I'll show you that process when I go to put it back together. Right. Now I'm just going to tighten them up some. Like I said, don't do a circular pattern or counterclockwise or anything like that. Clockwise, counterclockwise, don't do any of that because then it makes your tire unbalanced. So me and everything. So I went ahead and skipped it from there to here, and this is how you tighten them up. Alright. Remember, never go to, I don't know if I probably mentioned it a minute ago. I lost train of thought because the dogs are barking at me. But never go clockwise or counterclockwise. Always do it in a zigzag pattern. Alright. Now we'll start at the bottom, and I'll tighten it up here. Then I'll go to the top. Tighten that. Then down to the bottom. Now back up to the top on this side. And then to the middle on this side. Now I'll let it down and tighten them the rest of the way up. Now tighten them the rest of the way up. And now completely take the jack out. Now that all of it's done, and put your center cap back on, then your process is done. Put all your stuff up and be on your way. Thanks for watching.
Hang around here. You see him every day. I can't stand shit, dude. I swear I can't.
I'm like, you see me every day. And you still bark at me.
You're ready?
Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a video.
You're getting all hung up on imaginary problems. You gotta focus on what's real, man.